A lot of people are selling things online, either through social media, because a lot of people are saying, hey, I put this out on social media and people are, grabbing it. There's print on demand, things of that nature, that kind of thing. So, what would be your advice to somebody that's kind of exploring that? Because sometimes it's hard to get into a gallery, especially if you're a local person, in the Middle Georgia area, because you may not have as many galleries that are open to allow you to do a big show and that kind of thing, and have something on the wall, I won't say permanently, but let's say extended period, 3 to 6 months or something like that. So, any experience with that?
Um, I I have some vicarious experience. I mean, I've sold a couple of things. I made for me the online presence. And it's weird to say this, but we're old enough to remember the beginnings of Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and I even had a MySpace page once upon a time. I've not done a lot of direct sales via that way, but I've made a
Okay.
lot of connections. And so it's a way for me to stay attached to an audience, and is a way for me to, if people like my work, it's a way for them to kind of be a part of what I do. I don't aggressively or proactively try to sell or put price tags on things online, and
Right.
that's something I want to work on. I mean, I have a large inventory of drawings and things from overseas and stuff like that that folks would be interested in. But what I would tell folks is that they should lean into the people who support them. You need to have a community of people who will give you critical response.
Mm-hmm.
Um, those don't have to be artists. Some of the best conversations I've ever had from folks are people who don't necessarily practice but would come to my studio regularly, and they
Mm-hmm.
would tell me what they saw was happening. And ultimately, when I put a piece on the wall, it's up for the world to figure out what it is. I'm kind of done with it.
Right. Right.
But I think for me, the best thing about online and the ability to push a couple buttons and send something to the whole entire world is to just let folks know who have supported me that I'm staying productive, and for the possibility of those who've never seen my work or kind of curious to get to know it better.
Right.
So for me, it's been kind of an issue of audience development.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that
I
networking and building
Yeah,
that network of people and connecting with an audience out
yeah,
there. So, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and but I'm hopeful. I'm putting out some feelers for if I was trying to monetize that a little bit more. It's a educational curve for myself. One of the advantages I have as a college professor is that I know a lot of really energetic entrepreneurial young people.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's a graphic designer. I teach art majors that have gone out in the world and are doing really amazing things. A lot of them in the virtual formats,
Right.
and so I'm starting to kind of lean back into some of those connections and to say, hey, what's your advice to me? So I think if you're interested in tapping into the virtual world, find some people that you trust that you can go to and get their advice. And I'll keep you updated.